The West Indian manatee, also known as the sea cow, is an aquatic organism with a large body that tapers into a flat paddle-shaped tail. Adults reach 3 meters in length and weigh up to 450 kilograms, while newborn calves are 60 to 80 centimeters in length and weigh up to 30 kilograms. They have a rough skin texture that is generally gray to brown in color, but vary with age, newborns being darker. They have small eyes and no present external ears. Their nostrils are located on the tip of the snout, which also has bristles on the upper and lower lip pads. Their paddle-like, flexible forelimbs allow them to walk along the substrate and also to manipulate food in conjunction with their flexible muscular lips. Locally, the main habitat of the West Indian manatee population is the River Swamp, which is located on the east coast of Trinidad. The historical distribution of manatees in Trinidad ranged from the eastern, southern, and western coastal swamps, rivers, bays, and islets of the island. Their current range appears to be the coast along the Ottawa River mouth, Cocos-Manzanilla Bay coastline, Mayara Bay, within the River Swamp in the region of the River River, Coca Lagoon and Elm Branch River, the Charamel River, Balandra River and Bay, the Libya River and Bay, the Matua River, and the North Iroquois River. The preferred habitat of the manatee is that of sheltered coastal areas, slow-moving riverine systems, and other systems with assemblages of aquatic vegetation such as estuarine areas of larger rivers with abundant mangrove in the lower reaches and lined with grasses. Where river levels fluctuate seasonally, the preferred areas are those with access to deep pools or connecting lakes for dry season refuge.
Now, river swamp, my work in the river swamp is like a field person, a woodsman too, in the river swamp, right? For the past 24 years. I'm working with like manatee, macaws, monkeys, you know. We have a little staff in the river swamp. I is like a supervisor over them. Right. Now this is here is the manatee pond, right? Here is called the deep pond area, right? Now the manatee does feed during the course of the like from 4 o'clock in the morning till about 10 o'clock, and they start coming in this area here, right? Now you know the manatee is herbivore. They feed on plants. They feed on 1/10 of their body weight every day. You know, they live up to like probably like 70 to 80 years.
Approximate reasons for the manatee's endangerment include development plans such as swamp and wetland drainage and dam construction, pesticide runoff, aquatic pollution, felling of mangroves, quarrying, dredging, timber cutting, hunting, poaching, watercraft collisions from motorboats, and the perennial problems of fires set by farmers. The ultimate reasons for their endangerment include the occasional exposure to red tide and cold waters, as well as natural disasters such as hurricanes. Exposure to cold is more common for Florida manatees than for Caribbean manatees because the latter inhabit warm tropical waters. Females give birth usually to a single calf after a gestation period of between 11 to 14 months. Calving intervals vary among individuals, but they may tend to be approximately 2 to 2.5 years. They are therefore particularly susceptible to overexploitation because of their low reproductive rates.
The Manatee Conservation Trust of Trinidad and Tobago first started off as the Protect Our Earth program of the San Juan Rotary Club in 1990. This trust is a non-profit organization based at Nareva, Manzanilla, with the majority of its membership being drawn from local communities as well as other environmental interest groups and government agencies.
Legislation governing the protection of the West Indian manatee on the east coast of Trinidad are the Environmentally Sensitive Species Rule 2001 and the Conservation of Wildlife Act. The Nareva Swamp, which serves as the manatee's main habitat, is listed as a Ramsar Site of International Importance. The area is also designated as a prohibited area under the Forest Act and as an environmentally sensitive area under the Environmentally Sensitive Areas Rules 2001. Together, these laws regulate entry and activities within the area. The Manatee Conservation Trust of Trinidad and Tobago developed the Manatee Recovery Plan in June 2002. The plan includes strategies to manage, protect, and monitor the manatee's habitat, which is in the Nareva Swamp. A specific management plan was developed, which includes local communities and organizations, develop regulatory guidelines to provide enforcement for the guidelines, monitor and law enforcement guidelines, restoration of degraded manatee areas, guidelines regulating activities, and monitoring of habitat conditions. Observations are made in the protected areas which help to monitor the status of the species. They also quantify the impacts of accidental catches on species population, review existing local law and regulations, evaluate the effectiveness of the law enforcement, and propose new regulations where needed.
Recommendations for the improved protection of manatees include to improve enforcement of existing legislation, to promote restoration of degraded manatee areas, and to continuously monitor the manatees.